Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our Wednesday evening, 6 o'clock show. I'm going to try to do one every day, maybe not on Thursday. I think Paul has his show on Thursday. So tomorrow you might not see me. I can't remember where I left off. I think it was chapter 17, verse 100. You might not see me. I'm talking about. I can't remember where I. Okay, I apologize for that. I forgot that I had windows in the background. I'm trying to see. Paul said that I could. No, I don't see where I can change the who can who can chat. Okay, Paul said he's too tired. He won't be able to make it. Okay. Um. Okay, Larry doesn't have any sound. Okay, starting off on a good foot. Happy midnight, Marion, XYZ. Good to see you. All right, before we get this show going, okay, we got to have an intro, and I'm hoping my new laptop doesn't crap out when I'm playing the intro. So here we go. Okay, all ham due to Allah, it worked. Okay, let's go back over here. All right, let's go here. I see we got Suzelle. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, let's blow this bad boy up. And where's Leia? I don't see Leia. Paul's tired today. No problemo. I guess it's just you and me, Larry. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to start with 109 because I don't recall. I looked at yesterday's video and I don't recall um, reading this. So just in case. Okay, so 109. This is the end of the chapter of the journey, which we have learned absolutely nothing about the journey. Okay, 109. And they fall down on their chins, weeping, and it makes them more humble. Okay, I remember that. Say, call on Allah or call on the merciful by whatever you call, so to him are the best names. Okay, and do not be loud in your prayers, need to be soft in it, but follow a middle way between those. Now I remember reading that. Okay, let's go 111 and say, praise be to Allah who has not taken a son. It doesn't say that he can't take a son. It just says that he has not taken a son. And was it not for him to have a partner in the kingdom? And it was not for him to have a friend from the humiliated and magnifying him magnificently. Now, what is 11? 11, that is to call Allah Akbar. Allah is bigger. If Allah is bigger, what does that mean? There's got to be some small ones somewhere. Sheikh ZZ Top. Hey, that's a good one, XYZ. Maybe I might change my name to Sheikh ZZ Top. Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we just finished chapter 17, and now we go on to the chapter of the cave. Alhamdulillah. All right, bring it up. Chapter Al-Kahf, chapter of the cave. Now, this is where Allah gives us some really good, interesting information. Not. All right, let me get up my words. Oh, this one's got a lot of words that are not Arabic. Okay. All right. And as you can see, we start off with the praise be to Allah, okay, who has sent down the book on his servant. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. And has not made it crookedness. Okay, what book? What book did Allah send down? This is the recurring theme in this Quran. What book does Allah send? Allah has mentioned the Quran in 69 verses. Why not just be consistent? Okay. Am I even on the right one? 18? No, I'm on the right one, the cave. But am I on the right one here? Okay, I guess I haven't gotten to it yet. Okay. See, I hate that number 2 because it breaks up the sentence. That's a continuation. Whoever came up with these verse numbers, excuse me, needs to go back to school. Okay, and he sent down the book on the servant and has not made it crookedness, valuable to warn of a grievous woe from him and to give the believers good news, those who do good deeds, that they have an excellent wage, wherein they will dwell forever. Okay. Oh, thank you, XYZ. All right. Let's kick it off. What does Brother Osama say? A warning is given to Christians who say God has a son. And he warns those who said, now who's talking here? Clearly, this is not Allah, this is Muhammad. Allah has taken a son. They have no knowledge of this, neither their fathers, a dreadful word to come out of their mouths that they say except they lie. I mean, I think even Shakespeare could put together better coherent sentences than the Almighty Allah. Larry, by any chance, if you see Leia on the chat, let me know because I'm on a different screen, so I can't see if somebody comes into the backstage. So perhaps you will kill yourself on their footsteps with sorrow if they do not believe by this saying. Who's Allah saying, perhaps you'll kill yourself? I thought killing yourself goes against the Islamic teachings of Allah. But then again, we see Moses told his people to kill themselves. That's committing suicide. That's supposed to be haram unless you're blowing up some kafirs. Then it's okay. Surely we have made all that is on the earth as an adornment, for it is so that we may test them to see which of them does the best work. Does the best work of what? The adornments for what? My house, my car, my dog? And surely we are able to reduce what is on it to dust. What is on what? The earth? Okay. Why couldn't he just say, and surely I can reduce everything on earth to dust? Okay. All right. Here comes the first, I don't want to say plagiarism because it's really not word for word, but you can see that they stole with lack of detail the story of the 7 sleepers of Ephesus, which was written by a monk, I think in the 4th or 5th century. So at least a couple hundred years before Momo supposedly came into the scene. This was a legend that was written in the 3rd century, takes place about 250 BC. No, I'm sorry, 250 AD, not BC. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, the story of the several sleepers is copied from a 5th century myth, which was taken from a Greek book, The Glory of the Martyrs. Oh, I didn't know that. Book 1, chapter 95, by Gregory, the Bishop of Tours. Include link to book online, also Wikipedia. Okay, I wasn't aware about this book called The Glory of the Martyrs. I may have to see if I can get it. I just know that it's talking about the 7 sleepers of Ephesus. Let's see how well Allah does. Oh, okay, so number 1 is a word without meaning. Hey, Allah's not doing so good. Or did you or did you think that the companions of the cave and a word that has no meaning were of the wonders of our signs? When the young men took refuge in a cave, so they said, Our Lord, grant us mercy from you and prepare a right course for us in our affair. Okay. So we struck on their ears in the cave for many years. Can somebody please tell me what the hell does that mean? We struck on their ears in the cave for many years. You know what that means, Larry? Alibaba and the 7 Dwarfs, yes. Larry, I think, is having problems with his sound. I see somebody is in the background. Radical Moderate. Okay. Hey, Brother Radical, good to see you. You haven't missed much. Okay, can anybody hear me? Testing. No, I'm okay. XYZ, Marion, Darcy, can you guys hear me? Or have I been talking to myself? Okay. Beaten down by the ear. I have no clue what that means, honestly. Okay. So Allah struck them on their ears in the cave for many years. So does that mean for those 309 years, Allah was beating the crap out of their ears? Come here, boy. Okay, then we raised them up so that we might know which of the 2 parties could best discern the time they stayed. Wait a minute, Allah doesn't know which party? Huh. That doesn't sound like the Allah that I know. We will relate to you their news with the truth. Okay. Surely they were young men who believed in their Lord, and we increased them guidance. And we tied on their hearts when they stood up. Tied what on their hearts? Okay. So they said, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. Is that what it says? Yeah, it is. Okay. We will not call any God other than him. Indeed, if we did, then we said a transgression. Those our people have taken other gods than him. Were it not, I'm going to start sounding like Shakespeare, were it not that they had brought to them a clear authority? So who is more unjust than a one who forged a lie against Allah? I don't know. I have no clue at all. Yeah, I mean, if you get hit too many times on your ears, kind of like a boxer, you get those cauliflower ears. So I got a feeling these poor kids, when they woke up, they had serious migraine. Okay. Okay. 16. And if you separate from them and what they serve except Allah, so take refuge in a cave. I got no clue what that means. And if you separate from them, Who? Who's you? Who's them? Nobody knows. Allahu alam. I think that's how you say it. Your Lord will unfold his mercy to you and will prepare a way for your affair. Okay. Is he talking about adultery? And you see the sun when it rose, bending to the right of their cave, and when it set, going from them on the left side, and they were in a wide space in it. Okay. This is okay, this is from the signs of Allah. Whomever Allah guided. So he is the guided. And whomever he leads astray. So you will not find for him a guided friend. I mean, we really know that Allah is the one who guides you astray. Okay. I see Radical. Radical got lost and he came back again. Welcome back again, Mr. Radical. All right, I got to click on here so people can see it. Okay, all right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you before, but you guys couldn't hear me. That was weird. So I'm just getting on the scooter here, heading back from work. So I'll talk to you guys a bit.
No, okay. All right, verse 18. And you think that they were awake, but they were sleeping. And we turned them to the right, and we turned them to the left. And they did the Macarena. And in the entry lay their dog with paws outstretched. Now, I believe I have seen where they say that the actual word says with their arms or their hands outstretched. Yeah, which is kind of weird because I think Osama is correcting that. I believe that it says arms. And we all know dogs don't have arms. Had you looked at them, then you would surely have turned away from them in flight, and you would have been filled with fear of them. Man, these must have been maybe because Allah kept bobbing them on their ears grew so huge that they looked like aliens, and that's why people would be afraid. Why would you be afraid of a bunch of young kids in a cave with a dog? Okay. And likewise, we raised them up that they might ask one another. Okay. So Allah brought them out of their sleep just so they can ask one another. One of them said, "How long have you stayed here?" Now, why wouldn't the person ask, "How long have we stayed here?" Why would he say, "How long have you stayed here?" That makes no sense. If it's supposed to be a group, you would say, "Hey guys, so how long have we been here?" And he's asking, "How long have you stayed here?" They said, okay, he's only talking to one of you, so why is everybody answering? I guess whatever. "We have stayed a day or part of a day," they said. "Your Lord knows best how long you have stayed." Yeah, apparently Allah doesn't know. "So send now one of you with this, your paper," what's number 2? Money, with your paper money, into the city. So let him see who in it has the purest food. So he will bring to you a provision from it, and let him be courteous, and let not anyone feel you. Oh, okay, man. Getting a little perverted here. What does Allah mean? And let not anyone feel you. Feel you how? And why would anybody be feeling you? Make sure you're not a ghost. "Surely if they prevailed against you, they will stone you or turn you back into their religion." Of course, we don't know what this religion that it is that you're going to turn back into, because this is all under the assumption that these people in the cave were Muslims and that people were trying to take them out of their religion. But in fact, these were Christian young men who were being persecuted by, I can't remember what the king's name is. Excuse me. and they will never prosper. Okay. And likewise, we made their adventure known. Okay, what's number 3? I should have got to their fellow citizens. Okay, all right. So that they might know that the promise of Allah is true, and that the hour, there is no doubt in it. I don't know what hour. When they disputed amongst themselves concerning their affair, who disputed? The kids in the cave? So they said, build a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them. That makes absolutely no damn sense. Those who prevailed in the affair said, who are they? And how did they prevail? We will surely rise over them a place of worship. Okay. So they're going to make the place a place of worship. Okay. And I see radical. Aha. Well, thank you, Marion. I also believe that the word that they said for the dog's paw is actually like arms or hands. Can you hear me? Are you on stage, Rad? Okay. So, yeah. I'm going to have to look at the word and see if it says Malik. Okay, let's see. Let me go to Islam Awakened. And we're in chapter 18. What verse are we on? Chapter 18. Chapter 18. Larry, you're quiet. Larry, you're quiet. Are you having issues? Okay, let's see. Hey, Marion, I don't see where it would be where you said it's an angel. I don't see the word angel in the Arabic. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing the word angel. Oh, there's somebody in the background. Oh, you're in the backstage. Okay, it's radical moderates. Okay, welcome back, Mr. Walking on whatever. Oh, you're breaking up. You got background noise, man.
Oh, wow, I didn't know my mic was unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm just walking in the train station. Sorry.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
no problem.
Continue
Okay,
on.
so 22. Did Allah know how many there were? No. Why was it not revealed? That's a good question, Usama. So 22, they will say 3, their dog is the 4th, and they say 5, their dog is the 6th, guessing of the unseen. Well, wait a minute. How can this be the unseen? Are you trying to tell me that people couldn't see how many were in the cave? Seriously, this is moronic. How are people sleeping in a cave unseen? And they say 7 and their dog is their 8. Say, my Lord knows best their numbers. No one knows them except a few. Okay, so who are these people that know? Because nobody is telling you and I. Okay, I could tell you their names, the location, all that stuff. This goes back to yesterday's early show where we showed how the Bible gives you so much information about Abraham. The same thing with this story, the 7 sleepers of Ephesus. Quran has nothing. So Allah knows best their number. No one knows except a few. Okay, obviously Muhammad didn't know, and Allah is not saying. So do not dispute in them except with reference to that which appeared, and do not consult anyone about them. Yeah, because they're going to tell you Allah doesn't know. Oops, went a little bit too far. I really went too far. I got to get used to this new touchpad. Before planning anything, say if God wills. This is copied from the Bible. See James 4, verses 13 and 15. And do not say about anything, I will surely do it tomorrow. That sounds like me. Tomorrow comes and then I don't do it. Only if Allah wills. And remember your Lord when you forget and say, perhaps my Lord will guide me so that I may come near to the right answer of this. Right answer of what? I think Layla forgot that we were doing a show tonight. Oh, there's Layla. Okay, you're free for 20, 30 minutes, 20 and 10 to 20 minutes. Okay. Here's the link. All right. Hopefully somebody will tell me that you're on backstage. Okay. Let me go back up here. Perhaps your Lord will guide me so that I may come near to the right answer of this. We don't know what the answer is. And they abided in their cave 300 years and add 9. So 309 years. Okay. Say, Allah knows how long they abided. Well, didn't Allah just say 309 years? To him are the unseen things of the heavens and the earth. See by him and hear. See by him and hear. Can I borrow Allah's eyes and his ears so that I can see by him? Okay. They do not have any friends other than him, and no one partners in his judgment. Well, I honestly don't really want to have Allah as a friend.
Hate to interrupt you there, Kufa,
Okay.
but no, Allah only has one eye. He doesn't have eyes. He only has one eye.
No. That's what distinguishes him from the Dajjal. The Dajjal has one eye. Allah is not like the Dajjal, so Allah's got two eyes. The Dajjal's got one eye. Welcome,
Oh,
Sister.
really? I thought he only had one eye.
Huh?
I'm confused. I thought he only had one eye. I'm confused. Anyway,
No. The Dajjal has one eye, and what distinguishes Allah. So basically, Allah looks exactly like this Dajjal guy, but he's got two eyes because the Dajjal only has one eye. So I think he's got like curly hair and funky feet, but he's got two
Oh,
eyes.
he must have two right eyes, like two right hands.
Could be to go along with the two right hands.
Right.
All right, let's go 27. But first, we got to read what Psalm says. If the Bible is God's word and the Quran teaches that no one can change God's words, then the Bible is infallible. Well, according to Muslims, they say no, but that's because Muslims don't understand how to read. 27. And recite what has been revealed to you from the book of your Lord. So I guess he's saying recite whatever has been revealed from Allah's iPads.
But I thought it was corrupted, or we don't have it anymore. I was saying it was corrupted and we don't have it anymore.
Oh yeah, we don't have anything. We don't have the book of Abraham. We don't have the book of King David. We don't have the book of Isa. We don't have the books of Moses. Hell, we don't got anything except the Quran because it's been preserved. But except the Quran never says that Allah promised to preserve the Quran. He says he would be the guardian of the dhikra, the reminder. And the Torah is a reminder. The Injil is a reminder. The people of the reminder, that means they had a reminder. And clearly, it wasn't the Quran. 27, and recite what has been revealed to you from the book of your Lord. No one can change his words except Muslims will tell you that's not true. And you will not find a refuge other than him. Don't mind me if I start doing accents. And let yourself be patient with those who call on their Lord at morning and evening, desiring his face. Not really. And do not let your eyes wander away from them. Wander away from them. Them who? Allah's eyes. Desiring the beauty of this world's life, and do not obey him whose heart we have made careless of our remembrance, and who follows his own desire, and whose affair was unbridled. Okay. Men have the will to believe or to become infidels. This contradicts verses 540, 639, 688, and I believe, the chapter of the B. Yep. And say, the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, so let him believe. And whoever wills, so let him be an infidel. Surely we have prepared a fire for the unjust, whose, number 4, awning, non-Arabic word of Iranian Aramaic origin. I know what an awning is. Okay, whose awning will enclose them. Okay. And if they call out, they will be relieved with water like molten metal, which will scald their faces. Man, Allah is definitely not a nice guy. Evil is the drink, and evil is that place. No wonder Muslims don't leave, man. This would scare you not to leave. Surely those who believed and did good deeds, surely we will not lose the wage of him. So is Allah the boss? Does he hold everybody's wages? Of him who did better work? Those will have the Eden's gardens. Below them the rivers flow. Man, why does Allah think that rivers are flowing underneath your feet? Because Allah is the God of a desert. That's the only explanation. They will they will be adorned in it with, number 5, bracelets. Oh man, you're going to get bracelets in Eden. Oh my God. So you're going to get bracelets of gold, and they will be dressed in green robes of, I believe that's silk. Let me see. Fine silk. And then the next one is a brocade. And a brocade they will wear. Oh man, where do I sign up for this paradise? Don't you want to have gold bracelets and robes of fine silk that are green and a brocade? I don't know if I'd wear a brocade, but what the heck. They will be reclining on their, I'm sure that's couches. Couches, yes, I was right. That's about the only thing that makes sense. So you're going to be reclining on your couch, showing off your gold bracelets and your silk, whatever, wearing your brocades on your silky green robes. Oh, alhamdulillah. Blessed is the reward and good is that place. Yeah, come on, man. Who doesn't want gold bracelets, silk robes, and a brocade and a couch? Now, is it a leather couch or is it a fake leather? Because you know that stuff makes you sweat a lot. And give them the parable of 2 men. To one of them we made 2 gardens of grapevines and surrounded them with palm trees and placed plants between them. Each of the 2 gardens yielded its food. Okay. And not anything failed in it. Okay. And we caused a river to gush forth through them. Through what? Because you don't want a river gushing through anything, because it's just going to sweep everything out of the way. Doesn't Allah know that? We lost Layla. That's why I thought it was silent. Okay. All right. Not the kufophobia. It's all you. And to him there was fruit. Who? Him. So he said to his companion, as he conversed with him, I have more money than you. And mightier followers. And he entered his garden, and he was unjust to himself. Okay, how was he unjust to himself? We don't know. He said, I do not think that this will ever perish. Okay, isn't he in Eden? And I do not think that the hour is coming. So, wait a minute. Okay, I guess they're not in Eden. And even if I be taken back to my Lord, I will surely find a better place than this. Okay. His companions said to him as he conversed with him, did you become an infidel by him who created you from dust, then from Nuphtah, then fashioned you as a man? So basically, he's saying Allah made you an infidel. You know, the guy who created you from dust and then from a Nuphtah, then from a sperm drop, and then he fashioned you as a man. Okay, so the guy became an infidel because Allah made him into an infidel. But as for me, he is Allah, my Lord's, and I will not partner anyone with my Lord's. And were it not that if you entered your garden, said, what Allah wills, I have no clue what that means. There is no might except by Allah. Though you see that I have less money and children than you, so perhaps my Lord may give me better than your garden, and will send on his counting, his judgment from the heavens, so that it will become a barren wasteland. I think the guy's wishing the guy's garden to become a wasteland. That sounds a little bit of jealousy there. Or its water will become sinking, so that you are unable to seek it. All right, so the water is going to sink and disappear because Allah is such a nice guy. Let me see, somebody in the back? Nope, that's radical. Is radical here? Nope. It goes radical again.
Yeah, I keep getting disconnected, but I have to ask, what is a nukta?
Huh?
What's a nukta?
I think the definition is a drop of sperm.
So,
Welcome back, Larry. I thought you were on the panel, but it turns out you were not. Yeah, nufta, I believe, is a sperm drop.
wait. Well, who created the? Where the? What? No, hold on. Stop. Stop. Okay, where did the sperm come from?
It came from the dust.
So we got your testicles are in your chesticles, and we got your sperm is in the duct. I mean, dude, come on, man. This.
Hey,
Well,
that's
you know what? You know what? You know what? Islam is the perfect religion for 2022, dude. I mean, boys are girls and girls are boys, and men can get pregnant and menstruate, and yeah, you know what I mean. It's just
I
you
think
know.
Allah. I think Allah had 2022 in mind. Okay, verse 42.
Yeah.
And he was surrounded with his fruit. Then he remained alternating his hands. What the hell does that mean? Okay, let me see what number 9 means. What does some say? Number 9, clapping his hands in sorrow. Okay, and it remained empty on. Okay, and alternating his hands, clapping his hands over what he had spent on it, and it was empty on its trellises. And he said, "Oh, I wish I had not partnered anyone with my Lord." And there was not a group to help him other than Allah, but Allah didn't help. And he was not helped because Allah, he's not a good God. You know? Verse 44.
Hey, I have a question. Are we still talking about a parable? Because I am completely lost.
I don't know. Allah has a way of talking about a parable, but then he never completes the parable. So I have no clue because if this is a parable,
No, I don't think there are any parables in the Quran. I think it's all literally word for word. This is how it happened.
yeah, but
You know what I mean?
unfortunately, Allah talks about parables, but we don't know what parables he's talking about.
Oh,
So
really? Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. I
Okay.
mean, this Allah guy.
Yeah, Allah's a very confused dude, or maybe a she or an it. We don't know. Okay, 44. Thereupon is protection from the true God. Okay. And he is best. And he is best for rewards and best for the final end. Okay. And give them a parable. See, Give them a parable of the world's life, like water which we sent down from the heaven, so it mingled with the earth's plants. I guess this is a parable. So it becomes dry stubble. But wait a minute. If water's coming down on the plants, why would they become dry stubble? The winds scatter it. Allah, what the hell's wrong with you? If you're sending rain on the earth's planet, why would they become dry? And Allah was mighty over all things. Okay. The money and the children are the adornment of this world's life. Okay. At least now he's expounding on what he means by the adornment. I don't consider my money and my children my adornment. I don't think Allah knows what he's talking about. Okay. And the lasting good deeds are better rewards with your Lord and better hope. Better hope of what? That maybe one day I'll understand this clear as mud book. And a day we will cause the mountains to walk. Now, I got to see that.
But
And
wait, walking mountains. Stop. No, it does not say that.
yes,
Walking mountains.
there is going to be a day that Allah will cause the mountains to walk.
Are they
Why
going to
not?
grow legs?
Hey, why
I
not?
mean,
The stone ran off with Moses' clothes. I mean, if he
oh,
can do
that's true.
that,
Yeah. And don't forget that the stones wanted to ascend with Muhammad, and he had to
yeah,
push him down with so force he left his fingerprints in him. You go still touching this day. They're at the Mosque of the Rock or whatever it's called.
yeah.
Uh,
So why not? So, and the mountains will walk, and you will see the earth going forth, and we gather them. The earth going forth where? Where's the earth going to go?
Well, hey, did we read about this earlier? How the mountains were holding the
Yes,
earth
the mountains.
still?
Yeah, the
So here
mountains.
we,
But Osama didn't use the word mountains on that particular verse. But yeah, it's supposed to be mountain. He cast down in that particular verse. Osama used stabilizers, and we cast down stabilizers to keep the earth from moving.
so
What
here's what it
else?
sounds like. Am I reading this right? So here the mountains are going to start walking, and now the earth is going to start going forth.
Well, I guess if all the mountains walk to one side, maybe the earth will tip over because clearly Allah thinks the earth is flat. Okay. So the mountains are going to walk and the earth is going to go forth and Allah is going to, and we gathered them. We don't know who's them. I guess it's talking about the people. So we did not leave any one of them. Okay. Now this must be, I don't know, maybe Judgment Day because I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. And they will be shown before your Lord in ranks. So Muslims are going to have ranks because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see Allah. Indeed, you came to us as we created you the first time. Yet you claim that we did not make an appointment for you. You know, I do need an appointment for getting a haircut.
So how many times are you going to be created?
I have no clue.
Okay.
At least a couple times.
Okay, because this says created you the first time, so obviously there must be another time.
Yeah, I guess on the day of judgment you'll be recreated again, or like Paul says, it almost kind of like alludes to reincarnation. Okay, and the book will be placed so you will see the criminal afraid of that which is in it. Now, we read about a book earlier in the previous chapter that's going to be in your right hand, but I think there's somewhere in the Quran that you're going to have the book behind your back on the left hand. So all I can't remember. And the book will be placed so you will see the criminal afraid at that which is in it. I have no clue what that means. And they will say, oh, woe to us. What book is this? There was nothing small or big left out, but he counted it. I have no clue what it is. So I guess the book is going to have everything that you've ever done from the time your daddy shot his sperm into your mama. It's going to be written in that book.
Hey, I think Leah's back.
Oh, hold on, let me check. Somebody's in the backstage. Yep, she is. All right, let me add her back on here.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys. I enjoyed pizza more than this.
Hey,
No, I was eating.
I don't blame you, but you gotta share. I trust
Too
me.
late.
You haven't really missed
Hey,
much.
Destined not to have. It was all us
it,
though. And there's no
it, it's
perfection.
it's Chicago deep dish pizza, right? Because we all know that's the only pizza in the world, right? Nothing you can call pizza. I'm just saying, you know. That's a joke. All right.
Okay, so we left off in 49. So people are gonna get a book. There's gonna, remember yesterday there was a book on the right hand wall, and the book will be placed so you will see the criminal afraid of that which is in it, and they will say, "Oh, woe to us! What book is this? There was nothing small or big left out, but he counted it." So that book is going to have your whole life. And they found what they had done is present. What? And your Lord would not deal unjustly with anyone. He just said about pouring down some freaking malted water on their faces. How's that dealing not dealing unjustly? And what do you mean? And they found what they had done is present. Okay, maybe Allah's saying that everything that they had done was present in front of them. I swear, I need to have a talk with Allah. We really need to have a talk and sit down with Allah. And uh, I mean, even as a non-native Arabic English speaker, this is just way, way poorly written. Okay, here we go again. We're going to read about Allah commands the angels to worship Adam again. Okay. Notice that in this instance, Muhammad considered the devil, who is an angel, to be one of the jinn who also had offspring. This clearly shows that Muhammad was confused between the angels and the jinn, while hell Allah is confused. This raises the question, is there really such a thing as a jinn? No. There is if you put it in some rocks, maybe put a little, a little bit of squeeze a little lemon in there, then you can have some gin and tonic. That's
And
about it.
how's the production process of gin?
I'm sorry.
And how's the reproduction process of gin too? Is it similar?
Yeah, you get two bottles, put it in the same glass, and and it reproduces. I have no clue. All right, 50. Let's see this. And when we said to the angels, worship Adam, so they worshiped except the devil. We saw this again. He was from the jinn. Now, this is different than the other one that we read. See, this is the thing. How can Allah, if he only spoke to the angels one time, how can we get different versions of the same crap? He was from the jinn. So he transgressed from the command of his Lord. But wait a minute. Allah said to the angels, Allah is telling us that the devil is a jinn. Did Allah say everyone worship Adam? No. Did Allah say angels and jinn worship Adam? No. So why is he pissed off at a jinn who didn't worship Adam? Because the command was for the angels. All right, let me see what number 10 is. The devil.
Wait. You said it was for the angels, not even the jinn?
Yeah, the command says the command's for the angels. And when we said to the angels, worship Adam, that's a command for the angels. But Iblis, the devil, the shaitan, he was a jinn. Will you then take him? I just saw 10. Okay. Why couldn't Allah just say, will you then take him, the devil, and his offspring as friends rather than me? So there's female jinns. Somebody's having some hanky panky. Now, do they have to get married so they don't commit adultery? Or are jinns allowed to commit adultery? How does that work? I'm going to have to look into that. And
You
they
know,
are.
but I want to comment on this female jinn stuff. I have talked to Muslims like in the Middle East, and they swear that they have had, well, not sexual intercourse, but have been fondled by jinn at night.
Huh.
I guess that's kind of a common thing. No, I'm not making it up. I mean, I have heard it
Well,
from at least two or three Muslims. Like, oh yeah, it's true, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's kind of weird.
I think
They're
they
like,
just
yeah,
had
we can't. But
yeah, I think they just had a sex dream for lack of sex or whatever.
I, I don't know, but no, they're like, they can't get undressed in front of a mirror. I think it's kind of like really bizarre. I'm like, are you really that just weird? Because it's just kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
uh,
yeah,
I mean,
It's I even double checked it. Yeah, it says angels in the actual Arabic. I thought it was maybe saying like heavens, like malaku,
uh-huh.
but it's
Yeah.
literally angels.
Okay, so will you take him? Will you take him? Let me go back to 10 because I had a Biden moment. Okay, will you take him, the devil? So Allah couldn't say, will you take him, the devil, and his offsprings, his friends rather than me, and they are an enemy to you. This is an evil exchange for the unjust. I have not made them witnesses of the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor the creation of themselves. Okay, how do you see yourself being created before you're created? Okay, and you were not taking those who lead astray for supporters. My God! Thank God that I have a lot of brain cells.
And now you know why I was eating pizza.
Well, yeah, get that baby out of the way before you lose your appetite. All right, 52. And a day he will say, I guess it's talking about the devil, call on my partners whom you claimed. So they called him. So they did not answer them. And we made between them a destruction.
Well, read that again at
And,
52.
okay, and a day he will say, I'm assuming that's the devil, call on my partners whom you claimed.
Why would the devil say that? That makes no sense. Why would he say, I'm going to call on my partners?
I have no clue. So they called him. Who called him? Okay, so I'm confused. Is this the devil speaking? Or is Allah saying to somebody, call on okay, I'm really confused. So they called him. Who? So they called him, so they did not answer them. Who's they? And we made between them a destruction. Okay, why were these people destroyed? Or and the criminals saw the fire. Okay, so what did these people do to become criminals? So they thought that they would fall into it, and they did not find a place to turn away from it. Fall into what? Hell? And indeed, we have expounded in this Quran to the people from every parable.
That's
And
just like a mic drop every few verses.
I know. And indeed, we have expounded on this Quran, but there was no Quran, to the people from every parable, and the human was the most contentious thing. Okay, Allah was not too happy with the human, so why did you create us? 55. And nothing prevents people from believing when the guidance comes to them and asking forgiveness from their Lord, except that the customs of the ancients come to them, or the torment will come to them face to face. Maybe these people don't believe because if they're reading what I'm reading, I'm extremely confused. Okay, I'm not confused. Allah's confused, and he's confusing the readers. And what does he mean? Okay, nothing prevents people from believing. Okay, when the guidance comes to them, so Allah guides them, but they don't believe, and they don't ask Allah for forgiveness from their Lord, except that the customs of the ancients come to them. Okay, or torment will come to them face to face. Okay, Allah, which one is it? Is it the customs of the ancients, or is it the torment that's coming to them face to face? Allah doesn't know. Why would God say or? All right, 56. And we do not send the messengers except as bearers of good news. Yeah, I don't call chopping people's heads off and raping their women good news. Maybe good news.
Well, what about the people that went to Lot? I mean, he wasn't going to bring them good news either.
No. Like Paul says, I don't think
But
this guy.
what is the good news?
That's what I was going to say. I don't think Allah knows what the good news. Because for us Christians, the good news is the Gospels.
So that's
Given us,
that's a better prophecy that I knew you were gonna say about the good news.
could be. I mean, I don't know. Your guess is probably better than Allah's. And we do not send.
Well, it
And
sounds
we
like the
do
good
not.
news of Allah is torturing people.
Yeah, Allah's good news is not good news. And we do not send the messengers, okay? But wait a minute. And we do not send the messengers. Now, if this is supposed to be being revealed to Muhammad, Allah needs to talk in the past. There are no messengers coming after Muhammad. So this verse should say, and we did not send the messengers except as bearers of good news and warners. Allah, you boo-booed. Because you're in the present tense. You're not going to send any more messengers. Remember, you said Muhammad is the Khatam.
It's crazy.
seal.
Someone like a Muslim would, for example, comment on what you said, and they'd say like, you nitpick it too many details, but the stuff like this is what we really focus on in the Bible. The tense of things, like Jesus, when he said he said I am present tense for a reason, not like if he said I was or then, that means like he's not then now, but there's a reason for every tense, everything that's said, and if we're upholding that same criteria, it should be the same here.
Yeah, because this is this is a big problem. If this is being revealed to Muhammad, and I'm reading this, and Allah says, and we do not send. Okay, that's not past tense. And Muhammad is supposed to be technically the Quran never says he's the last messenger. It says he is a messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophets. But my Arabic friend says the seal, it just means like a ring or a seal. It does not mean the last. But this would be wrong.
That's an interesting point on the tense thing. So here's kind of thing. Remember, this Quran is eternal. It's eternally spoken by who we don't know before even man was beginning, because it is the speech of Allah. Now, there are some traditions that say it was written down on a golden tablet before the universe was made, which would mean how could you have gold before the universe was made? But that's the side point. But either way, it's eternal. This stuff is eternal. Okay, it's eternally recited. It's eternally spoken. It's the eternal speech of Allah. And when Jesus gives the I am statement, like it was rightfully pointed out, okay, it is not in the past, it is not in the future. It is I am the present tense, meaning that is eternal. Jesus is I am because he is always I am. That's why God says, Ego am I am because I am. There is never a time, and
And
never will be a time when he is not him. You know what I mean?
the
Okay.
funny thing too is
Yeah.
it seems like Allah never knows what he is. Is he him? Is he us? Is he we? Is he was? Is he am? Is he? It's I don't know.
He's confused. I think we need to send him to a psychiatrist so maybe he can figure out what he is. But regardless if this is supposed to be in the eternal tablet in the seven heavens, I'm reading this, and this tells me that he's still sending messengers, and this is supposed to be Muhammad, okay? Because all the messengers had already come. So if Allah is telling Muhammad, and we do not send the messengers,
There are seven Earths and seven messengers, seven Muhammad.
yeah, could be. Well, you know what? I know somewhere in the Quran there is a mention of creating seven Earths. I just haven't come across to it. Okay, so we do not send the messengers except as bearers of good news and warners, and they dispute with those who became infidels with vanity to refute with it the truth. Okay. And and they took my verses and what they were warned with as a scoff. All right, 57. And who is more unjust than he? He who? Who, when he is reminded of the verses of his Lord, so he turns away from them and forgets what his hands have wrought. Surely we made covers on their hearts. What the hell do you mean covers? And they understand it, and they deafness in their ears. And if you call them to guidance, so they will not be guided.
If you observe suspicious activity or unattended baggage,
Is
please
that
become
Brad
contact
in
user
the
personnel.
train
Call
station?
1-800-331-00.
Okay. Sorry, Brad. I had to mute you because you're on the train station. Hey, brother Chris, is that our sister Leia? Yes, it is.
No, it's I'm but a warner.
Uh, okay, Chris, if you want to come up, raise your hand. Oh, you can't raise your hand. Let me post it in here. All right, post it in there. See if Chris. Somebody, please let me know if there's somebody in the background because I can't see. Now I can't see, but I'm in a different screen. And who is more unjust than whom he is reminded of the verses? Surely we made covers, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 58. And your Lord is the forgiving, the possessor of mercy. If he tormented them because of what they have earned,
It's
he
it's
was
funny how he possesses mercy, but doesn't say that he is mercy.
right. And he sure does not like to use his mercy. If he tormented them because of what they have earned, he would hasten the torment to them. Okay, he's not going to make them wait. Yet they have an appointed time. Okay, so you're going to have to wait your appointed time before Allah torments you. They will not find rather than it an escape. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Let me see. Let me check the backstage. Nope. Okay. All right, let me.
And then like compare that last train of thought where it says God is love, not the possessor of love in the Bible.
Yeah. Oh, you can't compare the Bible to this. On top of the Bible actually being jointed and coherent, which we have seen, that this book is anything but coherent. It's the most disjointed, incoherent, badly written book that I've ever read. And
There's only two people talking, Chris. I don't think it's crazy. You can join in.
yeah, there's only two. Okay, and those villages we destroyed when they became unjust, and we made for its destruction an appointed time. We have yet to find out who these villages that were destroyed. We have no clue.
Maybe it's the one that received the camel yesterday.
Could be. Okay, this is an invented story about Moses by Muhammad. Okay, another story of Moses. How many freaking stories of Moses are we to read in this book?
And they never thought to compile it in one specific area. No, you just have to go around throughout the
I
entire.
mean, it's scattered all over
It's
the place. Oh, I gotta go. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second, Nala. I gotta go to 50 chapters. 50 chapters ahead, so I can figure out what you're talking about in this chapter. And okay, 60. And when Moses said to his young man, I don't know what that means. Okay. I will not stop until I reach the confluence of the two seas, or I will be traveling for years. Okay, I have no clue. Moses would never speak like this because God would be precise. Okay, I don't see Chris in the background, in the backstage. Okay. All right, 61. So when they reached their confluence, what the hell does that mean? They forgot their whale. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Moses forgot his whale?
Did he have a pet whale?
How do you have a whale in the middle of the desert? Leia, could you please look at that verse for us?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Because I don't
It's
think
another
someone
correct
would
miracle.
make that kind of mistake. There was a whale in the Red
It's
Sea.
another miracle.
I'm telling you. Oh, that's how they crossed the river. That's how they crossed the Red Sea on the back of a whale. Hey, Dot 10, good to see you. Repent. I see some new names. Hey, Chris, you can join us.
You know what's crazy is some of these translations don't want to say their whale; they want to say their fish, but
Okay, but does it say whale?
it says whale.
So who forgot their whale?
I don't.
I mean, let's go back up. Let's go back up because this is talking about Moses. Okay, so verse 60 it says, when Moses said to his young man, I will not stop until I reach the confluence of the two seas. What two seas? There was no two seas. Moses crossed the Red Sea. That's it. There was no two seas in that area. What the hell? I just noticed that. He crossed the Red Sea. That's it. There's no two seas. And in that area, there's no two seas that meet. Okay. So there's no two seas.
I
Or
don't even know. But aren't they like supposed to swim in like more salty areas rather than, or are there whales in the Red Sea? I thought it was like mainly shark. Let me look that up.
honestly don't know if there's whales in the Red Sea, but we know for sure that there's no two seas that Moses never saw two seas. Or I will be traveling for years. So when they reach that means the 12 tribes, the Israelites. So when the Israelites reached their confluence, oh, Paul is missing a good show. They forgot their whale. Maybe it was a blow-up whale. Who knows? So it got its way into the sea going away. So wait a minute. They had a whale in the desert, and the whale got away and jumped into the sea. Oh my God, this is amazing.
I don't think you know. These are the miracles of Moses.
Wow. I didn't know Moses had that kind of miracle. The guy had a pet whale in the desert, and the whale escaped and jumped into the sea. Huh. I'll be a monkey's behind. Okay, Allah, don't turn me to a monkey, okay? 62. So when they had gone farther, he said to his young man, again, who is this young man? So the whale left. So now he's asking this young man, bring our lunch to us. That's a lot of lunches because there was a lot of people. Indeed, we have incurred weariness from this, our traveling. Well, you shouldn't have let the whale go away. Okay, I definitely gotta do something about this whale because this is funny. I didn't recall the whale. This is another reason why I'm doing this, so I can, refresh the memory. Okay, 63. He said, did you see when we took refuge in the rock? Moses took refuge in a rock. Surely I have forgotten the whale. There we go. The whale. There is a whale. And okay. Somebody dropped. No. Okay. Oh my goodness. The whale is back. No one causes me to forget to mention it except Satan. So Satan made Moses forget to mention the whale. But wait a minute. He just mentioned the whale. And it has taken its way in the sea wondrously. Oh man, this gets good.
Is this the chapter of the whale? Because this definitely should have been called the whale.
No, man, this is the chapter of the cave. Remember, we just read about the people in the cave that Allah couldn't tell you how many were in the cave with the dog. But somebody told me it's not dog, it's angels. But I checked the Arabic and I didn't see the word angel in it. Okay, so the Satan causes Moses to forget to mention the whale, but he's mentioned the whale twice already. Okay, and the whale has taken its way in the sea. So the whale really liked the sea. I mean, come on, if you're a whale on the desert and you go into the sea, you're going to be like, oh man, this is awesome. Where have you been, honey? He said, it is, okay, he said, it is this we are seeking. What are they seeking? So they went back, retracing their footsteps. Went back for what? The whale? But the whale is in the sea. Then they found a servant from our servants whom we had given mercy from us. So I guess this is Allah, in whom we had instructed with our knowledge. Okay. And Moses said to him, I will follow you so that you will teach me guidance from what you have been taught. Oh, is this that other guy, Kidder or something that killed the kids? He said, surely you cannot have patience. Yeah, that's him with me. And how can you be patient in that you do not have knowledge of? He said, you will find me patient if Allah wills, and I will not disobey your command. He said, so if you follow me, do not ask me about anything until I mention to you something about it. So they went on until they embarked in I think it's a little boat, a ship. Okay, so Moses got on a ship with an unknown man, and he made a hole in it. Well, that ain't going too far. He said, have you made a hole in it so that you may drown its people? But wait a minute. There's only two people in the ship. In the ship. Indeed, you have done an idiotic thing. He said, we don't know who's speaking. Did I not tell you that you surely would not have patience with me? He said, pardon me for my forgetfulness, and do not overburden me with your difficult affairs. So they went on until they met a young man. But wait a minute, didn't the boat have a hole in it? So he killed him. All right, so this guy walks up to a young man and just kills him. So he said, now I know the story, so this is Moses. So he said, okay, somebody's got something in the background. Was that you, Rad?
No, I think it's Leah. And how are you reading this with a straight face? I cannot stop laughing.
I am trying not to laugh. Okay, so they went on until they met a young man. So basically, Moses left the Israelites and went on a mission with this unknown guy, which turns out to be another prophet, I think, or somebody by the name of Kidder. And they come across this young man, and the guy kills him. Okay. So Moses said, have you killed a pure soul without a soul? Wait a minute. That doesn't even make sense. If he's a pure soul, why are you saying without a soul? Or maybe he's talking about the guy doesn't have a soul. Okay, what's 12?
I'll tell you what 12 is. And can you bring up Leah? 12 is who did not commit murder.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me go back to StreamYard. I'm going to have to add Leah. Looks like
Satan made you forget to add me. He literally just told you and you forgot.
Yeah, well, I'm not in. I'm
Am I
in
the whale?
Screen, so I can't see. I see Rad was MIA. Oh, you just missed some good stuff. So, okay, so this guy was walking with Moses. They came across a young man. The guy killed him. No explanation, no, just kill them. Of course, I know the backdrop. So Moses says, have you killed a pure soul without a soul? What does that mean? Have you killed a pure soul? How can you have a pure soul without a soul? Indeed, you have done a horrible thing. He said, so this is the other guy, did I not tell you that surely you would not have patience with me? Okay. I mean, the dude just witnessed you smashing the poor kid's head into the rocks. He said, if I ask you about anything after this, so do not accompany me. Indeed, you have received an excuse from me. Okay. So they went on until they came to the people of a village. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who this village is. They asked these people for food. Okay, I guess they were hungry, but they refused to host them. So they found in it a wall that was about to fall. So he set it upright. Oh, the guy had some magical strength. He said, if you had willed, you might have obtained a wage for this. I guess he did it for free. Sucker. 78. He said, this is the parting between you and me. Okay. Moses, you're on your own. But I will first tell you the interpretation of that with which you could not be patient. As to the ship, so it was owned by poor men who worked on the sea, and I was minded to damage it. For in their rear was a king who seized every ship by force. Okay, so basically saying, in order to keep the nasty king from seizing their ship, he put a hole in the damn ship. That'll work. So now the king can't use the ship, but the people can't use the ship. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Must have taken lessons from Joe Biden. 80. And as to the young man, so his parents were believers, so we feared lest he should trouble them by rebellion and infidelity. So basically he's saying, I killed him for what he might do in the future.
So hold on, let me get this straight. If you fear disobedience from a young child, you can kill them. And if you fear disobedience from a wife,
you can beat them.
You can hit her.
Now notice it didn't say that the kid caused any trouble, that the kid was rebellion. He killed him before the kid even had a chance to do anything. And Muslims are okay with that. And the reason is because Allah is going to exchange. Again, this goes back to the hadith where Allah says, if you don't commit sin, I'm going to kill you. I have a feeling that this poor kid did not commit any sin. And, killed him. So Allah could have give this back. So we desired that their Lord might exchange in his place better than he was in virtue and closer in mercy. The man just killed a kid for things that the kid had not done.
He was all right, though. Why look for someone better when he seemed good?
Well, the thing is, we don't even know anything about this kid because all it says here is that the two were walking and they came up on the young man and he killed him. And now he's explaining why he killed him. He killed him because supposedly he was going to grow up to be rebellious and infidelity, and that would disgrace his parents.
Sounds like they were walking in the hood.
Huh?
Sounds like they were both walking in the hood.
Yeah, you don't go walking in the hood. Okay. And Allah's going, perhaps Allah will replace him with somebody that's better. Okay, let me go back up here.
Perhaps,
yeah. Of course, Allah doesn't know. Okay, and as to the wall, so it was owned by two young men, orphaned in the city, and under it was a treasure to them. And their father was a righteous man. So your Lord desired that they should reach the age of strength and take forth their treasure as a mercy from your Lord. And I did not do it of my own affair. This is the interpretation of that which you could not have patience.
So basically, this is a big parable saying that we don't have patience with this book. And there's something greater under it.
Oh, here comes my favorite one. Yes. 1886. Z al-Qarnayn, I'm going to call him Dul al-Qarnayn, Alexander the Great, what we really don't know, is a prophet, which is kind of weird because the guy was bisexual. Okay, this section explains that the sun sets in a muddy spring. Okay. Larry, what's number 13?
It says the one with two horns, and according to Muslim scholars, this is Alexander the Great.
Okay, so apparently Muslim scholars have not read up on Alexander the Great. I assure you, Alexander the Great was not a follower of Allah. If anything, he might have been a follower of Zeus, Venus, and all that other good stuff. They asked
Hey,
him
you
about,
guys. Hey, you guys remember when the movie Alexander came out years ago? There were riots, okay, because they portrayed the prophet in such a bad manner. You guys remember that? Seriously,
oh,
they were
I
upset
do,
about that.
I do not
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, go check it out. They were
What's the name of
extremely
the movie?
upset. It's
What's the
called
name of the movie?
Alexander. Alexander Green. It was with it was Pan. It was I think Val Kilmer played Alexander the Great, if I'm not mistaken. Came
Oh,
probably out in 2004, 2005. Yeah.
okay, but this is not a Muslim Muslim film, right?
No. But there were like riots in Pakistan and other
Oh,
places.
okay.
They portrayed Alex because it portrayed the prophet as a homosexual.
Well, it doesn't even say that he's a prophet. I mean, maybe
Oh,
a
of course not.
messenger or believer. Okay,
Yeah.
so they ask about, I'm going to call him Dul Qarnayn, the guy with two horns. Say, I will recite to you an account of him. Okay. Surely we established him on the earth versus putting him on Mars, and we gave him from everything a way. So he followed the way until when he reached the setting of the sun. He found it set in a muddy spring, and he found a people by it. Now, Muslims will tell you, no, Dr. Kufa. It doesn't say he found it setting, he found it set in a muddy spring. It's talking about from his perspective. He thought it looked like it was, you've been to the beach, the ocean. Haven't you seen the sun go into the ocean? Yeah, but Allah doesn't say the ocean. He says a spring. It's impossible to see the sun go into the spring because at the distance that you would need, you wouldn't be able to see a spring. So this is hogwash. And he found the people by it. I mean, does anybody know how hot the sun is? I mean, if the sun ever got close to the earth, we would all be shish kebab. But apparently these people had good SPF.
I was just going to ask that, how good a sunblock they had.
They probably had SPF 1 billion. We said, Dul Qarnayn, either that you
Oh,
torment.
no. Wait. Don't you remember that there were black people? They turned their skin dark or something, right?
You're breaking up because of
Sorry.
the noise in the background. The noise in the background is drowning you out. Okay, so Allah tells Dul Qarnayn, either you torment them or that you do good to them. Okay. He said, as for those who are unjust, so we will torment them. Who's we? I guess him and his army. Then he will be returned to his Lord. What are you talking about? So he will torment him with a horrible torment. So Dul Qarnayn is going to torment the unjust. He's going to send them to Allah, and then Allah is going to torment them again with a horrible torment. And as to him who believed and did good, so he will have the reward of the good, and we will say to him from our easy commands. I mean, there's some hard commands. And we will say to him our easy command. What is that easy command? We don't know. Then he followed away until he reached the rising of the sun. Wow. How did the sun get from the muddy spring to the opposite side? This is amazing. I think the sun traveled through the earth and came out the other end. Then he followed the way until he reached the rising of the sun. he found that it rose on a people to whom we had given no shelter from it. I mean, these people definitely got some serious SPF going on. Likewise, and indeed, we were aware of what he had of news. Likewise, we were aware. Who's we? I got no idea. Then
Oh
he folded away. Go ahead.
no, I don't know how you do this. I just don't-
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to do it. I'm hoping that maybe this will open up the ears of some Muslims and the eyes in their brain, because there's only two options: laugh your butt off or cry. And since I'm not much of a crier, and I'm trying to keep my composure here, because I just want to, you know, um, next time I'm going to play a little short video, but it's on my other computer. I'm going to have to put it on the new one. It's a very good little clip. Okay, so this is the fun part. Then he followed away until he came between two mountains, under which he found a people who could not understand a saying. Whoa, wait a minute. He found two mountains, and people lived. People lived under the mountain? Oh, these people were dwarfs. Because we all know dwarf for, the Lord of the Rings, they live under the mountain.
Or maybe hypothetically a
Well,
valley.
wait a minute.
It's
Until he
just
came
so
between
unclear.
two mountains under which he found a people. So the Dul Qarnayn raised the mountains up and he found people underneath. So I mean, he's got some serious biceps going on there. He raised up the mountain and he found people underneath the mountain.
Two mountains.
Two mountains. So he did one on each hand. That's why we have the Gog and Magog. One was underneath one mountain and the other one was underneath the other mountain.
Before there was Arnold, there was
Yes, there was Dul Qarnayn. He was Pumpanayan. I'd be stronger like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
he took the spinach like Popeye.
No, man, he took some serious steroids. They said, so these two groups of people who were living under these two mountains, they said, Dul Qarnayn, surely Gog and Magog are vandalizing in the land. Okay.
I think Gog and Magog were places, not people.
I know, but hey, Allah knows best. Isn't it Allahu Alam? I'm trying to learn from God logic. Allahu Alam. Okay. Shall we make to you a tribute that you make between us and them a barrier? He said, that in which my Lord has established me is better. We have no clue what that is. So assist me with strength. Dude, why do you need assistance? You just lifted up two damn mountains. I mean, who needs help? I will make a barrier between you and them. Bring me blocks of iron until it equalizes between the two sides. Ooh, that's some really serious language. He said, blow until when he made it a fire. Okay, who blew? Who made it a fire?
The
He
big
said
bad wolf.
blow until he. So who was blowing it into it? Who? I mean, okay. He said, bring me brass that I may pour over it. Okay. And they were not able to scale it. Okay. So they made a wall. It must have been really smooth, so you couldn't climb over it. Neither were they able to dig through it. Boy, this thing went really deep, right? He said, this is a mercy from my Lord. So when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will make it dust. I think he's already made it dust, because have we found this wall between two mountains that exist today? I mean, we have satellites that can look at the butt of an ant from above, a couple hundred miles up in space. I mean, we can tell you the color of the poop that the ant just did, but we can't find this wall that's made out of brass and what was the other one? Iron? or was it copper? Iron and brass.
I don't
Okay.
remember where it's from, but I think Jay Smith made a video on that specific story.
Yeah, he probably did. He's got so many stuff. Okay, this is a mercy from my Lord. So when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will make it dust. So it's going to become dust. And the promise of my Lord was true. But wait a minute. How do you know that the promise of Allah is true when isn't that supposed to happen on Judgment Day? So how does Dulkarnain know that the promise of my Lord was true? Okay. Hey, look, 99 names of Allah. On that day, we will let them dash like billows, one over another, and it was blown into the trumpet. So we gathered them gathering. I mean,
What the heck does that
Shakespeare's.
mean?
I have no clue, but Shakespeare's got nothing on Allah. I got to tell you, Shakespeare would be impressed. Okay, 100. And we show hell on that day to the infidel showing. Now, what the hell does that mean? Only the infidels that show up. Okay. Whose eyes were veiled from my reminder. What reminder? And they were not able to hear. Okay. So I'll veil their eyes from my reminder.
Wait. What isn't the one that stops reminding people a few verses ago Satan with the whale?
Yeah.
All right.
He's the one that made but the funny thing is how did he make Moses forget about the whale when Moses is telling us about the whale that got away from him? I definitely got to do a short video on that one. Okay. I'm sorry. Do those who became infidels think that they can take my servants without me as friends? Allah doesn't want to be lonely. Surely we prepared hell as a dwelling place for the infidels. Hey, I wonder if they get 73, not quite hurries, but 73 little demons. Say, we will inform you with the works of the losers. Okay. Those who their strife in the world's life has gone astray, and they think that what they do is right. Come on, Allah, why don't you teach them? Oh, I forgot, Allah doesn't guide. They are those who became infidels in the verses of their Lord in his meeting. They met Allah. Seriously. Allah in his meeting. What meeting? Are they going to forget the verses on the day of resurrection? Because that's the only time you're going to meet Allah. So vain is their works. So we will not account them any weight on the resurrection day. Okay. Verse 106. But wait a minute. What happened to... Oh, no, the Romans is chapter 30. 106. That is their reward, hell, because they were infidels. And they took my verses and my messengers as a scoff. Okay. Surely those who believed and did the good deeds, the gardens of 16.
Paradise, non-Arabic word of Greek, Syriac origin.
And this is getting close to the end because 16 is the last one. Okay. The gardens of paradise was from them a dwelling. They abide in it forever. They desire no change from it. Say, if the sea was ink for the words of my Lord, the sea had run out before the words of my Lord would run out, even if we brought one like it as an aid. Brought one like what? Say, surely I am only a human like you. What kind of stupidity is this? Don't people
But
know that you're human?
by
What
the
are you?
way, I pulled up my note here. So when Alexander built his supposed wall, that I guess Jay Smith was saying, nowhere in history is it found that there's an iron and copper wall between two mountains in 330 BC. That's his comment.
Allah made it up. That's what it is. Say, surely I am a human like you. Now, why would? Okay, I mean, I guess people have to be reminded he is a human like them. It is revealed to me that your God is only one God. Who's talking here? It is revealed to me that your God is only one God. I have no clue who's talking here. Is Muhammad talking to somebody who believes in Allah? So whoever was hoping the meeting of his Lord, so he does good deed, and he does not partner anyone in the service of his Lord.
Good deed. Let me double check that. One deed. That's it.
Yeah, one deed. That's it.
Hold on. Let me.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Actually, should say he does good deeds. Otherwise, he needs to say he does a good deed. See, Allah, I am correcting you. And that's the end of that chapter. And chapter 19. Oh, Surah Maryam. Alhamdulillah. It's the whole chapter about Mary. See, Muslims love Mary so much that she got a whole chapter. But she's only talked about, oh, I don't know, 5 verses? Kahayas.
They tried that too at the local mosque. They're like, "Oh yeah, we love Mary, like you said. You know, we got a whole chapter about her. Hey, can you bring Leah up again?
Hey,
She's right."
they got a whole chapter about the rock. What's so special?
Well, they love the Rock too.
Yeah. I think there's a chat. Well, I mean, there's oh, look who's here. Hey, brother.
Can we get the drumsticks?
Hey, can you bring Leah up too?
Oh, she got knocked out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Every time I open the Quran, it kicks me out. It doesn't
Yeah,
want me to know.
I was
Doesn't want
just
me
gonna
to.
say it does not want you to know, but but here's the funny thing: you got the chapter of thunder. So what exactly is so special by saying, "Oh, see, we love Mary," right? We got a whole chapter, but you got a chapter for the bee. You got a chapter for the cow. So does that mean that you worship the cow or you love the cow? The very bright, shiny cow?
I personally like the table.
Yeah. And what's up with that table crap? I mean, it's only 2 verses at the end of the end of the chapter. So what was Kahaya's? Larry? Or did Larry drop? A word containing 5 Arabic letters without a meaning. Why am I not surprised? Let me see. Did Larry drop?
Wait, which one? No.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
slacking.
Yes.
19 verse 1. Kahayas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, five letters. And he's Osama says a word containing 5 Arabic letters without meaning. Allah knows best. But his book is supposed to be clear. Okay.
It sounds like you know, when you just, I guess, give this up, or I don't even know. He knows.
So I mean, I am supposed to learn so much from
Sounds
that
like a phrase you'd say.
from that one verse. Look at that. That one verse is just 5 letters or 5 words. Ka, ha, ya, sin. Okay.
Like
Number
the
2.
one shortest verse where it says Jesus wept, but at least that has more meaning than this.
All right, verse 2. A reminder of your Lord's mercy to his servant Zacharias when he called on his Lord with a whispered calling. Hey, Allah, can you hear me? I don't want to wake up the neighbors.
It sounds like they're trying to rhyme a random word with Zacharias.
Yeah. He said, My Lord, surely my bones are brittle, and my head is aflame with gray hair. And I was not miserable with my calling on you, whatever that means. And surely I have fears for my relatives after me. And my woman, doesn't say my wife. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Shame on Zechariah stepping out. Okay, but we'll just call it his wife. And my wife was barren. Whoa, wait a minute. Surely I have fears for my relatives after me, and my woman was barren. Whoa, so does that mean she's not barren anymore because she hasn't had a kid? So how can he say was? You can't say was, Allah. She is barren.
And I like how it says woman. If I
Yeah,
double check this, let me just double check because it might not even say wife, and that's just the context.
it's probably why Osama has it
Yeah.
in brackets.
He may have said imraati, which means woman, and not zawgati.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, then you can tell us. But here's the thing. It says my wife was barren. That implies she's no longer barren because she hasn't had a kid. So if she was barren, why is he asking Allah to grant him a son? Okay. So grant me from yourself an heir to inherit me and inherit the family of Jacob.
It says
Whoa.
woman. He said,
What does Jacob have to do with Zechariah? Is Jacob from the family of. No.
yeah,
Okay.
it says my woman is what I said earlier.
Yeah, and Allah screwed up because it says, and my woman was barren, implying that she's no longer barren. But then he's asking Allah to grant me, grant me an heir. Okay. Okay. Zechariah. Okay, and inherit the family of Jacob, which I have no clue what Jacob and Zechariah have to do. I'll have to check the correlation between that and in the Torah because I don't understand. Okay, but that's okay. And make him pleasing, my Lord, because we can't have any ugly kids, Allah. So this is Allah. Oh, I think it's Allah. I don't know. Oh, Zacharias, surely we give you good news of a son. His name is Yahya. Uh, it's supposed to be John, I believe, number 2.
No, it says parents.
It's
A
just
wrong name. He met John the Baptist.
in the Middle Eastern.
That name we have given to none before him. Oh, that's a big boo-boo because they were John's before John here. Okay. He said, my Lord, how can I have a son? And my woman was barren. Again, Allah doesn't know anything about past, present, future.
And it kind of sounds like Zachariah just, he has those right hand women.
My Lord, how can I have a son? And my woman was barren. And indeed, when I have now reached old age. Oh, but here's the problem. In chapter 3, verse 40, Zechariah reverses it. And he says, my Lord, how can I have a son when I have reached old age and my wife is barren? So I've asked Muslims, can you explain that to me? How many times did Zechariah speak to Allah
Wait, hold on.
about having a son?
340?
Yeah, I believe it's 340.
No. What did it say? The opposite order?
Yeah, it's reversed. Instead of saying my wife is barren, it says I am old and my wife is barren. He said, likewise, your Lord says, it is easy for me. And indeed, I created you before you were nothing. Oh, before you were not anything. Okay, I'm adding to it. He said, "My Lord, give me a sign." He said, "Your sign will be that you will not speak to the people 3 nights together." But Allah, in chapter 3, you said that your sign will be that you will not speak to the people for 3 days. Allah is confused. All right, did Leia drop out again?
No, I'm here. I was
Okay,
just reading, and I got the app instead, so it doesn't kick me out.
there's Radical. Welcome back, Radical. See, he messed up because in chapter 3, he tells Zechariah he won't speak for 3 days. But here in chapter 19, he says 3 nights.
And the Bible apparently is corrupted that it doesn't say.
Yeah. So he came out of the Holy of the Holies to his people. Because I do
Now
believe
that's
Zechariah was
interesting.
in it, but I'm sorry?
There's a holy of holies in Islam.
I guess so.
I'd be curious to what that is.
Don't tell me Zechariah lived in Mecca and the Holy of Holies is the Kaaba. Don't you know
Well,
that? Don't you know that, you Islamophobe?
but the problem is the holy of holies is where God dwelled. So, are they assuming
That's where
that?
Allah. Oh, whoa! Wait a minute. Allah can't dwell because he can't come into his creation. Even though he comes into his creation every third of the night, which means he basically stays. He hangs out all night because it's a third of the night someplace all the time. So okay, so he came out of the holies to his people. So he revealed to them to praise morning and evening. Now, was this before he couldn't talk? Oh, but wait a minute. Maybe he came out during the day and he could talk during the day, but he couldn't talk during the night. So he revealed to them to praise morning and evening. Oh, Yahya. Woo, he's already been born. Holy moly. Take the book with strength. And we gave him the wisdom as a child. How
Hold on.
come Muhammad got no
Strength
wisdom?
Alexander or strength like what?
I don't know. But what book? What book did John the Baptist get?
You don't know. So
And
many
we gave him the wisdom as a child. Notice Muhammad was illiterate. And compassion from us and purity. And he was fearing and righteous to his
sounds like
parents.
he has a storage of a little compassion out there in the seven heavens and purity
Yeah.
passes it down.
And righteous to his parents. Well, thank God Yahya was not like that poor kid that Moses and the guy that Moses was with Kedar killed. He was not powerful, disobedient, but didn't he just say he was going to give him strength? Oh, he took the book with strength. Okay. I don't know what that means, man. He's like, give me that book. And peace be on him the day he was born, and the day he dies, and the day he is raised alive. Okay. Now, I believe he repeats this, but it's referring to Jesus. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to blow your mind. I'm telling you, please sit down. The story of Mary and Isa, the Jesus of Muhammad, is copied from the Bible and corrupted. Corrupted, we say. And remember the book, Miriam. What book? When she went apart from her family to an eastern place. We
Isn't
have
it
no
so
idea.
that there's like,
Huh?
isn't it so convenient you just can't find all these books?
No, all these books are missing. So she took a veil apart from them. Okay. So we sent our spirit to her. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you read chapter 3, it's angels, plural, 3 or more angels. Sounds like a contradiction to me. Not only that, why did Mary have to be told she was going to be pregnant twice? Did she not get the message, or did Shaitan make her forget? Like he made Moses forget that he had a whale in the middle of the desert that got away from him and swam off in the Red Sea.
If you're going with that logic though, and you see Allah like constantly repeating things, does that mean that
Yeah. While Moses crossed two seas. I don't know what two seas Moses crossed. I have no clue. I don't even know where Moses was at, that there was two seas. There were only the Red Sea. All right, I think I went too far. And remember the book, okay? So she took a veil apart from them. So we sent our spirit to her, aka Muslims will tell you that's Jibril. So he appeared to her a normal human versus an unnormal human. She said, "Surely I seek refuge with the merciful from you if you were a fear." But wait a minute. If he's a normal human, why is she seeking refuge from a normal human? Maybe he had two eyes. He said, "Surely I am only a messenger of your Lord, that I may grant to you a righteous son." All him due to Allah.
So the messenger's going to give her a righteous son?
I guess. Well, it's our spirit. I guess Allah's spirit is just a messenger. Isa, the Jesus of Muhammad, was born of a virgin under a palm tree, not in a manger.
But
Yeah.
you know how in the Bible God is spirit, and then later, John 14, and then they're still denying the possibility of incarnation.
Yeah. Okay, so 20. She said, "How can I have a son when no man has touched me, and I was not unchaste?" He said, "Likewise, your Lord says, it is easy for me, and we will make him a sign to the people and a mercy from us. And it was a decreed matter." So Allah said, "Fun fayakun," and it was. But look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a miracle. She was just told that she just asked Allah's spirit, "How can I have a son when no man has touched me and I was not unchaste?" And then the thing tells her, hey, don't worry about it. "Likewise, your Lord says, it's easy for me, and I will make him a sign to the people and the mercy from us." And it was decreed a matter, and the lady conceived. Forget about the 9 months. She just had a baby right after the guy finished speaking to her. Now that is a miracle. Take note.
MashaAllah.
I mean, that's nothing but a miracle. I mean, she was just told she was going to be. First of all, she says, "How can I be pregnant?" And the guy says, "Don't worry about it. Allah's got it under control." Bang! She has Jesus or Isa. So she conceived him. So she withdrew with him to a remote place. So Jesus is already born, and she went to a remote place. Where is this remote place? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm pretty sure it's Mecca.
Forget about Joseph in this story.
So not only that, ladies and gentlemen, she gave birth to Isa by herself. Who needs a midwife? Yeah, I do it myself. I cut the umbilical cord myself.
The umbilical cord off with her teeth.
Maybe she chewed the cord off. So the pain of childbirth came on her by the trunk of a palm tree. All right. So we can tell she's in pain. She's not a happy camper. I mean, after all, she just gave birth to a kid by herself. She said, "Oh, I wish that I had died before this, and I was forgetting." I mean, that's a lot of pain.
Well, what is up with all the?
Now, Jesus has already been born, right? Now we don't know where Jesus is or Isa. So he called from below her. Who called? "Do not grieve. Indeed, your Lord has made a creek under you." Now she's sitting over water.
Called from below her, so he was in the creek.
Somebody was underneath her looking up her skirts. But we don't know who this person is because it's not Jesus. Because, I mean, could you imagine the woman is sitting on top of her baby? That is so, don't we call the child services for that? So this thing from underneath her tells her that there's a creek underneath her. Okay, but if it's underneath her, that means it's underneath the desert. Now, did Mary have a shovel? Okay, now this woman who just gave birth to a child by herself, she's in pain. Some wise guy tells her, and shake the trunk of the palm tree towards you. It will drop fresh, ripe dates on you. Seriously, who tells a woman who just gave birth who's in pain to shake a palm tree? Have you ever seen a palm tree? I can't shake a palm tree. Now, why couldn't Allah do what the God of the Bible did when he sent the raven to feed Elijah? I think I got the right guy. No, Allah tells a woman who
or
just,
maybe Jonah and the tree that gave shade that was like already there.
I mean, seriously, you're going to tell a woman who just gave birth by herself, who's in pain, yo, shake that tree over there so you can get some food. Why couldn't Jabril come with his 600 wings and flap them? Or maybe just fly up and just take them? No. Or why couldn't Allah just make the dates fall by themselves? Isn't he Allah? So eat and drink and please I. What the hell does that mean? But wait a minute. How's she drinking? Did she dig underneath her? Because the creek is under her, which means it's under the ground. Okay, no worries. So if you see any human, okay, I guess she was by herself, so say, surely I have vowed a fast to the merciful. Okay, but wait a minute. You just told her to get some dates. Now she's going to fast? So I will not talk to any human today. Okay, all right. So she came to her people with him, carrying him. Now, why couldn't Allah say, so Mary came to her people with Isa. She was carrying him. No. Allah has to speak in rhymes. Okay. They said, oh, Mary, indeed you have brought a strange thing. I'm sorry. A baby is a strange thing? I guess they've never seen a baby. Oh, sister of Aaron. Your father was not an evil man, and your mother was not unchaste. Okay, whose Aaron is this?
But if her mother was not unchaste, how did she give birth to Mary?
Hey, it was a miraculous birth. Everybody has a miraculous. Well, I guess Allah's saying before she had Mary, she hadn't been touched by anybody, including her husband Zechariah. No, I'm sorry.
No, but he said
No,
it with like no.
And your mother was not unchaste. Okay. So she pointed to him. Pointed to who? They said, how can we talk to him, talk with him who is in the cradle, an infant? He said, surely I am the servant of Allah. He gave me the book and made me a prophet. Now, Jesus got a book. Okay. What book? But it gets better because in another chapter, Allah is going to teach him the book, the wisdom, and the Torah, and the Injil. And I'm still trying to figure out what that book is. Okay.
So Jesus got this book when he's an infant?
Yeah.
He probably got the infancy gospel.
And check this out. He even said, Allah has made me a prophet. Where do we see in the Quran Muhammad said, Allah has given me a book and made me a prophet? Hell no. I mean, he comes out of Mary's vajayjay, and he can talk. He can have a conversation with adults. Okay. And he made me blessed wherever I was commanded. That doesn't make sense, but that's okay. Wherever I was commanded. Okay.
So
And
did he go to places where he wasn't commanded? So he wasn't.
Yeah, it could be. Let me read this again because I start to see things. And he made me blessed wherever I was. Okay. and commanded me with the prayer and the
Oh, okay.
legal alms as long as I live. I'm wondering, are there illegal alms?
Well, I'm curious of what the word
Okay,
prayer is.
I should probably do one on Jesus.
It's
Compare.
probably the Lord's Prayer, just like the chapter 1, but now they got
Hey,
the Lord's Prayer.
Aladdin. Hey, welcome back, Mara. Aladdin, I assure you, as stupid as I am still smarter than your Allah. How about that? All right, private
But here's
channel.
the thing: Allah is commanding Jesus with prayer, right?
I'm sorry?
Isn't it? So here, Allah is commanding Jesus with prayer. So here we have Allah praying again.
Yeah, could be. That's a good catch. And I was commanded with the prayer. Well, you know how Arabic is. It's such a sophisticated language that basically what it means is Allah taught him how to pray. Who knows? Okay. 32. And to be righteous to my mother. And he has not made me powerful, miserable. That makes no sense. So Jesus is not powerful and he's not miserable. Okay. This is Muhammad's report about Isa, the Jesus of Muhammad, birth, death, and resurrection. All right, get out of here, you little mosquito. All right, 33. See, now this is the same repetition that we just read about Yahya. And peace be on me. Now it's a slight difference.
Lower the screen a bit. We can't see.
Lower the screen.
Like you didn't move it. The 22. We can't see what the verse is yet, or 32, 30, whatever that verse is.
What, 32?
33. My bad. We don't.
Oh, okay, but I see 33.
We don't though.
Yeah, I don't see it on my end either.
We don't see it though.
I'm looking at
Maybe
it.
the all-seeing one, but we're not.
I see it like it's right in front of my face. It says, "This is Muhammad. Report about Isa, the Jesus of Muhammad." Okay. I mean,
No, but right under it, that's what we're saying.
right under 33. Okay, man, you guys are confusing. Okay, do I need to go down or up?
Like scroll, go down. That's what we're having trouble seeing. Whatever's next, because right after it says birth, death, resurrection, we can't see anything after that.
Birth, death, and resurrection. What are you talking about, resurrection?
Yeah,
Oh, this is Muhammad. Okay. So do you see that?
yeah, it's the last thing everyone sees.
You don't see 33.
Nope.
It's on the same page. What the hell? I see it clear.
You may have like frozen some way.
You know what it is? It's probably, I see my internet is a little shaky, which I don't know why. Why am I paying for fast internet? So you don't see the thing scrolling, do you?
No, let me check it out on the YouTube. See that too? Nope, no one sees it on YouTube either.
Okay, I don't know why. This is my internet acting up. Not much I can do about it. I don't have anything except this laptop connected. Come on. Well, it's 8:03, so maybe Allah's trying to tell me to call it a day. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it a day. Leia's backstage again. Did she just drop out? Where are you? Yeah, at the stream.
Sorry again. It's doing that.
Okay. Well, apparently my internet has decided not to work, but it's already past 2 hours, and I'm trying to keep it to 2 hours. Actually, it's been 2 hours and 3 minutes. So we're going to stop right here. We're going to pick up on verse 33 tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow. If Paul does his show, then I won't do this one. If he doesn't do his, yeah, okay. So maybe I'll pick it up on Friday. But anyway, Leia, thank you. Rad, Larry, all the people that have been on the chat. Sorry, I haven't been able to see. Oh, and look, the sex bots. And I have to talk to Rad. What you told me didn't work about restricting
Nonsense.
the subscribers.
Nonsense. You didn't do it right. Hold on. Never mind.
No,
Hold on.
I wasn't able to do it. I didn't have the option to do it.
Really? Okay. I'll look it up. I'll figure it out. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the live chat. It says manage. Yeah, it says manage moderators, participants, pop out the chat, toggle timestamps, send feedback. Now, Paul was talking about on live stream, but on live stream, it doesn't give me an option to do anything about it. So I have no clue. I know it could be done, but I just can't remember. Okay. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Maybe I'll take a break tomorrow. I don't know. So let me end. Thank you. Thank you. God bless everybody. I hope you didn't lose any brain cells. Stay
can't
away from Aladdin, the dancing Filipino dancer. Obviously, he doesn't realize that Allah is the one who's actually stupid. Edit, remove, do a live. Let me see something. Edit. No, that doesn't do it. Yeah, you might have to walk me through it, Brad. I don't see it. So let me end the broadcast. Let's end it.